Welcome to episode 49 of Privy So Live, your weekly dose of ICT legislation, risk, information security, and AI news. I'm Lynn, and with me, as always, are my fellow hosts, Stephen and John. Gentlemen, good to have you here.
Morning, Lynn.
Morning. Looking forward to this one. We have some unusual stories, everything from AI in space to art at the CIA.
But first, let's start with a story shaking up the enterprise IT world, Microsoft's new approach to online services pricing. Stephen, give us the quick version.
Microsoft has announced that from 1st November, pricing for services such as Microsoft 365, Teams, and Exchange Online will be standardized globally. In other words, there will be no more tiered pricing based on your volume. Everyone pays the published rate.
That's significant because the traditional A to D pricing levels have disappeared. Enterprises accustomed to discounts may now encounter 10 to 20% rises.
So IT leaders must act quickly. Renewals before November can secure current rates, but after that, predictability will come at a price.
Exactly. Smaller businesses may benefit, but for most large enterprises, this is effectively a price increase disguised as transparency.
From pricing shocks to privacy shocks. Netstar, the vehicle tracking company, refuses to pay ransom, and cybercriminals dump stolen data online. Stephen, what happened?
Well, Netstar was targeted on 23rd June by INC Ransom, a ransomware as a service group. Instead of paying, they stood their ground. Fast forward 2 months and INC Ransom leaked data on their dark website.
That potentially exposes 2 million customers. Vehicle tracking information, corporate fleet data, personal details. This could be one of South Africa's biggest breaches in 2025.
It raises the ethical dilemma. Do you pay or not?
Official advice is always don't pay, but many companies secretly do. Netstar refused, which is commendable, but their customers may still pay the price.
And it highlights a bigger trend. South Africa is the most targeted country in Africa for ransomware. Cell C, MTN, SAA, we're seeing monthly breaches. INC Ransom isn't random. They're strategic and sophisticated.
A sobering reminder, incident response and transparency matter just as much as prevention. Now, let's look up. China has just deployed Wukong AI, named after the mythical Monkey King, aboard their Tiangong space station.
Wukong AI went live in July and already supported a 6.5-hour spacewalk. Unlike NASA's conversational bots, this AI is built for operations. Flight data, navigation, tactical planning.
It's a dual system. One module on board for real-time support, one on Earth for deeper analysis. That's tactical AI in action.
The International Space Station already uses Astrobee robots and CIMON for conversational support. What sets Wukong apart is its specific focus on space navigation and tactical planning rather than general assistance.
And this fits China's bigger ambitions.
Exactly. It's part of a 30-year plan, from Tiangong to the moon. And the key, they're building indigenous AI, not relying on outside tech.
It also raises the question, if AI works this well in orbit, what role will it play on the moon or Mars?
From outer space to cyberspace. A strange case of a band that might not even exist. Velvet Sundown.
Velvet Sundown popped up online in 2024 with millions of listens. Supposedly a retro band. Then a mysterious Andrew Freeland claimed he created them. First, he said they were real, then AI, and then denied involvement.
The thing is, Andrew Freeland didn't exist either. He was actually Tim Boucher, a content policy expert who ran the whole thing as a hoax.
His motive? Revenge on years of moderating toxic content online. But the result was a lesson in digital skepticism in the era of deepfakes.
Journalists, music fans, everyone fell for it. And the band? Still streaming to over 1 million monthly listeners.
The point is clear. In an AI world, how do we know what's real?
Now we're traveling back in time to 1986. Clifford Stoll, an astronomer, noticed a 75-cent mistake at Berkeley. Stephen, set the scene.
Back then, ARPANET was a playground for academics. Security barely existed. Stoll noticed a 75-cent billing error and discovered someone had changed a password. That curiosity led him into a global spy chase. Sitting in an astronomy lecture, listening to a discussion about gravitational waves, he wondered, what if the accounting mistake was caused by an outsider hacking into LBL's computer system? It was a radical idea. If Stoll was right, he may have stumbled on the world's first known case of cyber espionage, a hack that would change computer security forever.
He literally camped in his office, wiring up 50 printers as alarms, recording any activity on the accounting program.
The hacker had broken into LBL's computer system, then went out through the Berkeley Center's local area network and used the ARPANET to infiltrate a U.S. military computer based in Anniston, Alabama. The hacker siphoned out military information before disappearing. Stoll was stunned. Stoll took it to the FBI, but tracking the hacker wasn't easy. The mysterious hacker was searching for keywords like nuclear and SDI, short for Ronald Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative program.
Stoll had the idea of setting up a honeypot sting dubbed Operation Showerhead. He created a phony SD-inet folder loaded with impressive-sounding but fake national security intelligence that would be impossible for a hacker to resist.
The hacker took the bait. Hours later, Stoll's target was still online, a delay that enabled Stoll to trace the hacker from Stoll's Berkeley computer across AT&T landlines to the military base in Virginia, where the hacker extorted fake military intelligence, then circled back to Berkeley. From there, the hacker's trail led sky-high to a satellite that connected to Hanover, Germany, and what Stoll described as a guy's apartment.
That guy was Marcus Hess, a member of a spy ring that collected passwords in military systems. Hess is believed to have broken into 400 military computers to steal sensitive intelligence about semiconductors, satellites, space, and aircraft technologies. The intel was then stored on floppy disks and sold to a KGB agent, codenamed Sergei, who operated from the trade mission in Soviet-controlled East Berlin.
Stoll recorded the events in his book, The Cuckoo's Egg, inspiring a generation of cybersecurity professionals. He showed us that even tiny anomalies can reveal massive threats.
Kudos to him for creating a honeypot to track the hacker. Finally, let's talk about a code that even the NSA can't crack, Cryptos, which is a sculpture in front of the CIA HQ. Stephen?
Cryptos is a sculpture by the American artist Jim Sanborn, located on the grounds of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA headquarters, the George Bush Center for Intelligence in Langley, Virginia. It resembles a large, vertical S-shaped copper screen, like a scroll or a piece of paper emerging from a computer printer, and contains 4 encrypted passages. 3 have been solved, but the 4th, K4, despite international interest and ongoing attempts to decrypt, remains unsolved after 30 years.
Artist Jim Sanborn has dropped hints, words like Berlin, clock, east. Many think it ties to Berlin's famous set theory clock, but so far, no solution.
It's both art and mystery, a reminder that some secrets resist even our best cryptographers.
On August 14, 2025, Sanborn announced that he planned to auction off the solution for the 4th passage on November 20th for his 80th birthday. It is being auctioned off by Boston-based RR Auction and is presently expected to fetch a price from $300,000 to $500,000. In a letter to the Washington Post, Sanborn wrote that the decision to sell the solution has not been an easy one and acknowledged many in the Cryptos community will find it upsetting. But I no longer have the physical, mental, or financial resources to maintain the code and continue his other projects.
That's it for episode 49 of Privy So Live. From Microsoft's pricing shakeup to Netstar's data dilemma, from Wukong AI to Velvet Sundown, Clifford Stoll's 75-cent hack to Cryptos. Today's stories remind us that technology is never just technical. It's political, economic, cultural, and sometimes mysterious.
If you want to hear more of the same, subscribe to Privy So Live on Apple, Samsung, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or YouTube.
And if you need security, risk, or ICT legislation advice, contact Privy So Consulting directly at admin@privyso.co.za.
Stay safe,
everyone.
everyone.